At the beginning of the 20th century, there were two great figures in the musical world of Italy. The first was Giacomo Puccini, who wrote many beautiful operas still popular today: Madame Butterfly, Tosca, La Bohème. The other was a great conductor by the name of Arturo Toscanini. The two of them were friends, and they collaborated, Toscanini directing the premieres of Puccini's operas. But having that artistic temperament, they also had a lot of fights. Now in Italy at Christmas time, it is customary to send a special gift to your friends. They call it a panettone, which is sort of a fruitcake. Puccini had the custom of sending one of these cakes to all his friends at Christmas time. But one year at Christmas, he had just had a major war with Toscanini. So he called the baker and told him to cross off Toscanini's name from the list of recipients. The baker said, "I am sorry, but the cakes have already gone out." Puccini was incensed at that, so he sent a telegram to Toscanini right away saying, "Cake sent by mistake." A few days later, he received a telegram in reply saying, "Cake eaten by mistake." Let's fast forward a few years to April 25th, 1926. It was the premiere of Puccini's last opera, Turandot. The premiere took place at La Scala in Milan, and naturally was conducted by Arturo Toscanini. In the middle of the third act, right after Liu's death, Toscanini set down his baton, turned around toward the audience, and gave the only speech he ever gave during a performance during his long career. He said, "Qui finisce l'opera, perché il maestro in questo punto è morto." Here the opera is finished, because at this point the composer died. Puccini had died while writing this opera. He had not completed it, but they put on the premiere anyway. Slowly the curtain fell, and the audience left in silence. Unfinished works. We are all unfinished works. The life of each of us is an opera that is not completed, and I doubt there has ever been a person on this earth who completed everything he wanted to. When we leave this planet, we leave behind so many things unfinished. What happened to that opera? It was completed by others who were influenced by the great composer. It is performed today as one of the most popular operas in the world. But others had to take up where the composer left off. All of us go through life as an unfinished work. And all of us go through life finishing the works of others. We do not live in a vacuum. We do not live merely as individuals, but we live as a part of something much larger than ourselves. We all live as part of a family. We live also as part of a parish family and a larger community. And we all live as a part of the family of God. None of us dropped from the sky. All of us stand on the shoulders of many generations, parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, all the way down. Generations after us will be standing on our shoulders as well. We are part of something much larger, part of the family of God. Perhaps that is why, when God became one of us, He didn't just drop down from heaven. He came as part of a family. If we look into the crib today, we don't see merely a little child. we see a group of people and the little child as part of that group, part of a family. Even God's own Son needed others around him, and so do we. As we go through our life, we have no idea how much we are influencing other people around us. Sometimes we do it accidentally, by mistake, like the fruitcake that was sent by mistake and consumed by mistake. But our lives are so much more than a cake consumed in error. Our lives are an unfinished opera that is being written all the time by other people, and we are writing theirs. Those of you who are parents know how much you pass on to your children. You pass on the color of your eyes, or the color of your hair, or your lack of hair maybe. You pass on the color of your skin. But you pass on so much more than that. You pass on things of the Spirit. You pass on your manner of reacting to things. You pass on perhaps some of your talents. You perhaps pass on the way to love, and certainly the way to live, or the way not to live. All is passed on, almost like that cake, without knowing it. But even the rest of us, who do not have physical children of our own, we all have spiritual children. Some of them might be younger than us, and some of them might be older than us. But all the people around us are influenced by what we say and do. Everyone is influenced by how we live, and our every action has an effect on so many more people and will continue to do so for many generations. What an awesome thing to belong to something so much bigger than ourselves. Let us thank God for the great privilege of being able to write a part of the opera of our own life, knowing that others will complete it. Thank God for the privilege of being able to continue writing the opera of those who have gone on before us, for we are part of them, part of a whole. Thank God for the awesome privilege of belonging to something bigger than ourselves, the privilege of belonging to the beautiful family of God.